Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome, Shen Plays. Welcome to Darkest Dungeon. We're going to hop into this game today. It was just released, like the full version, yesterday. I haven't played this in about a year, so bear with me if my skills are very, very rusty. I have been watching some people play it, though, so I have seen some of the new characters that are in the game, some of the new enemies that are in the game, and yesterday what they finally unlocked with the full release was the Darkest Dungeon. The final part of the game is finally in the game. You can play it. Anyway, let's get to that intro. Enjoy this shit. I'll shut up.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Oh, that poor man. All right. Yeah, that intro, some people were talking about it yesterday on one of the other streams, and it was like, well, yeah, what's the game about? I was like, I don't know, let's watch the intro. We watched the intro, it's like, so what's the game about? It doesn't tell you jack shit. Anyway, this game is, I can't even think of a game that's similar to it. It's very unique, and that uniqueness makes it quite enjoyable. It in itself is an interesting concept. You have people that you recruit to do missions into these dungeons, and if they survive or not, doesn't really matter that much. All you're trying to do is clear out some dungeons and get loot. That's your job. Get this loot. Oh, man. Anyway, let's hop in. We can take a look and see how it plays. Alright, click the letter to begin. You got it. Darkest... No. It's going to be Dankest Dungeon. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's do this dankness.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Will we? Ghost is just asking for directions. Oh god. Yeah, maybe Shlomo, maybe. Okay, so this is our town, our hamlet, I guess. Our mansion's up there on the hill. Our family's mansion is way back there. And our town here at the base of this hill is organized where we group up to get ready for missions and then go out on do missions. Then we always come back here. People get wounded, people get fatigued. We can treat that here. We can give them upgrades, get them new armor, new weapons, new skills. Just lots of things we can do here in town. Let's get to town. Oh, right, the tutorial. Forgot about this. Map navigation. So this down here is the map. This is just the tutorial dungeon, so there's only 2 rooms. And between the rooms and the dungeons are always a hallway. And the hallway will have traps, treasures, enemies to fight. There's random stuff you'll find in each of these hallways. And the rooms themselves will also have traps, treasures, enemies to fight. I believe the layouts for the hallways, I believe the layouts for the dungeons are randomized. I'm not entirely sure on that, but they seem pretty randomized. Sometimes you'll be doubling back on your path because you can't just go in a straight line. Anyway, you'll see as we continue along. So we start off in the tutorial here with a crusader and a highwayman. Highwayman has a pistol and a knife. He can use his pistol in 2 different ways, to do just a single shot or a grape shot blast, which does damage to multiple enemies, but less amount of damage to each. And each of your attacks will have different accuracies, different special effects. For instance, this one has a chance to cause bleed. 2 points of bleed for 3 rounds. So you can damage an enemy and then it might just die from the bleeding later on. Anyway, we'll go over all the characters and all their abilities and stuff. Probably when we get back to town, we can see it more clearly there. Alright, let's get a move on. We're going to use WASD here. WASD. So we click on the room to say our...
have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
So we click on the next room. You can see this is the doorway we just came out of this room. There's the door. And we're going to walk along the hallway here until we reach the next room. We'll probably encounter some enemies. Oh, look, an enemy!
This thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
I might turn off subtitles. That's a little distracting. Can I do that now? Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. I usually like subtitles, but that's actually really covering a lot of the important part of the screen here. Alright, so this is how combat works. You typically have 4 heroes, or I don't know if they're heroes, but you typically have 4 characters, and the enemies will have between 1 and 4 characters as well. Now this guy has this mark on his head, means he's surprised, so we get the advantage on him. He's going to go last this turn, because he's surprised. Also, if you surprise the enemies, there's a chance that they'll be unable to do anything. Anyway, things have probably changed. I haven't played this in like a year. So the first turn, and you can't change your turns, by the way. Like I can't click on my Crusader here to change it to select him, and he can't go right now. I have to go in the order that the game decides, and that's based on your speed. Our Highwayman has a speed of 7, and our Crusader does not. Our Crusader speed is probably, I don't know, 4, 2, something like that. And the enemy has a speed of 3. So we definitely have a higher speed than the enemy, so we go first. Let's go ahead and open a vein. Let's try to bleed this guy. If we mouse over him, it says he has 12 hit points. So let's try to damage him here. We have an 85% chance to hit him. Oh, 83% chance. There you go. And he dodged. That's a good way to start. Yeah, look at this. Our Crusader has a speed of 1. And even though our speed of 1 is lower than the enemy's speed of 3, we still go first because he's surprised. So we get all of our actions first. Alright, so Smite will do some damage. Extra damage against unholy characters. Zealous Accusation, less damage, probably not very good, but it hits 2 targets. We only have 1 target, though. Stunning Blow could be nice here, though. 100% chance to stun, and his resistance to stun is only 25, so let's try to stun him here. Did it work? Yeah! That cancels his turn entirely. Beautiful. Yeah, stun is fantastic. Alright, let's try to bleed him again. Bleed, bleed, bleed? Yeah, bleed. So he's now taking 2 damage per round. Every time his turn comes up, he starts taking damage.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And every time you finish a battle, there's a chance you'll get some loot out of it. So this is our goodie box down here. In case you need to bring things on a mission, you'll usually bring some food, some provisions. You'll bring shovels, torches, things like that. That'll all be down here in your little goodie box. And this never gets any larger. Your goodie box is actually very small. So when you play this game, when you get to some of the, tougher dungeons, you're going to be bringing a lot of provisions along with you, and you're going to be picking up so much loot that you're going to have to throw away some stuff. You're not going to be able to bring everything home. So don't be surprised if you can't bring everything home. Switch back to our map here. All right, what is this? So interactive objects. There's a whole bunch of interactive objects in all these hallways, and in the rooms as well. And you could look up a spreadsheet to see what kind of object you should use every time you interact with one of these things, and you'll have a chance at getting better results. The way these things work is you can click on them and just interact with them directly, or you can click on them and then use one of your items to make it a higher chance of success interacting with the object in the game. But I don't know. I kind of think it's a little silly. Like, it ruins the fun if you're using a spreadsheet to look all that shit up all the time. So instead, let's just go for it. Let's see what we get here. This is where the ambushers camp. So if you click on this, we'll just use it without an item. If we wanted to use an item here, we would drag it up from our inventory and drop it right here. All right, they left valuables. So we got 50 gold.
Leave nothing unchecked.
Nice.
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Here's the doorway to the next room. And in this dungeon, it's the final room. So there we go. Enemies, right? Yeah.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Now, a lot of characters that you use will be either good or bad, depending on how bright it is. Right now, it's 70 brightness. The max is, I believe, 99. It could be 100. Max is like 99, minimum is 0. And you can use torches, which we don't have any right now. But if you had any torches, you could use torches to raise the brightness to make it easier for your people to fight. Sometimes you get combat bonuses. Sometimes you get combat penalties based on the brightness. So pay attention to what characters you bring on each mission, because you may want to bring a lot of torches to make it bright, or you may want to bring no torches to make it dim. Maybe your characters fight better when it's dim. Anyway, now that we have 2 guys attacking us, we should probably either use the Grape Shot Blast to attack both of them at the same time, or what would this do? Tracking shot. Let's see. Damage mod. So we could lower this guy in the back's damage by 80%. Oh, no. That's our damage, 80%. Is it? Okay, yeah. What this does is it makes it easier for us to damage him in the future. So we use a tracking shot. It does 20% of the normal damage to the enemy. And then on the next turn, we get extra damage to the enemy. And a higher chance to crit. I don't know if that's really worth it. Could just pistol shot him. 75% damage. Well, this guy's beefy. He's got 35 hit points. And it's probably easier to kill the guy in the back. Let's just try to kill the guy in the back. Okay, that was low damage. Yeah, he's going to attack both of us. And we got debuffs. Let's dodge. Ow, quit it. Oh, look at that. He pushed us out of position. Yeah, and the position of your characters, the position of your 4 characters does matter, because their abilities can only be used on certain tiles. We'll talk more about that later. Let's see. Smite sounds good here. Stunning Blow would be great, too. Let's see. Torch of Faith. Let's try to stun him. What's his chance to be stunned? Oh, he's got really high stun resist. All right, let's not stun him then. Let's just go ahead and beat him down. Oh, blanket fire. Ow, quit it. Oh, -4 dodge. And yeah, modifiers do stack. So you can see here we have -4 dodge for 2 turns instead of -2 dodge. So he's used blanket fire twice, and both times we didn't resist it with our Crusader, so we now have -4 dodge, whereas one of the 2 times we resisted it with our Highwayman, so we only have -2 dodge. And that makes a big difference. And from here, we cannot use our pistol shot. Look at this. We're in the wrong position. We can't shoot the guy in the back. So we might as well bleed the guy in the front. Gotta get rid of him. Alright, he's bloody. Oh, we missed! Shoot. Ow, quit it. It's gonna make us bleed. Oh, shoot, we're bleeding. And it caused some stress, too. Alright, bleed him more. 4 damage per turn? Okay. Ow, quit it. Alright, he's dead.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Okay, so this is new. Last time I played this game, they did not have corpses, so this is brand new to me. When monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as a temporary obstacle and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but often a better approach is to use ranged skills, push-pull skills, and even corpse-clearing skills. Monsters killed with bleed, blight, and crits have no corpses at all. Okay. So even though this guy had bleed on him, he didn't die from the bleed. So if we had let him die from the bleed, he wouldn't have left a corpse. Well, that's unfortunate, I guess, because now his corpse is just in the way. Ugh. Stop it. That really hurts. We're almost dead. And that negative dodge really sucks. It's just going to be hard to finish this guy off. Probably just switch positions here? No, just shoot him. He's almost dead. We can't really do anything here. Let's see. No, we can't attack that row. Well, I guess I'm going to switch positions. There you go. It takes your entire turn to switch positions. Alright, shoot him. This should kill him. Yeah.
Formation is broken.
Okay.
Maintain the offensive.
Goodies. We got some deeds, some crests, and some food. Deeds and crests are used. Deeds, crests, sculptures, and portraits. 4 different objects. You collect them through the dungeons, and they're used to upgrade your town, upgrade your hamlet. So we'll be using those for sure. Now, we need to know what's in the box. We can leave any dungeon at any time by clicking the button up on the top left here. So when it says quest complete, you can leave, no problem. But there may be stuff like little boxes that you want to explore first. The bandit's trapped chest. Something doesn't look quite right about this one, and this is always trapped, by the way. So when it says a trapped chest or an unlocked chest, you should believe it. It's trapped! Alright, let's get out of this dungeon. There's only the 2 rooms anyway, so it's a small, small dungeon. Alright. So after every dungeon, you're going to wind up with a bunch of rewards. Straight up money. Quest rewards. These quest rewards at the top here will always be things that you don't collect in the dungeon. It's just an automatic reward you get for completing whatever the quest was. Sometimes the quest is to explore the entire dungeon. Sometimes the quest is to complete all the room battles in the dungeon, you know, stuff like that. You'll get different quests. And if you complete that particular quest, then you'll get whatever rewards are given. Usually it's like 3 objects or something. We also have treasure collected, and this will be whatever food or gemstones or talismans or whatever. That'll all be here, and it'll all be counted as money. Collected heirlooms will be down here at the bottom. And here's the 2 deeds and the 8 crests that we collected. We didn't get any portraits and no busts either. All right, let's get out of here. And we all leveled up. So all of your characters start level 0. And usually after the first dungeon, they'll be level 1. And they gain some resolve experience, which is nice. What is this? Dismas, our highwayman. Let's see. In town, he cannot drink. And in the Warrens, he gets plus 15% damage. So this happy sad face here lets you know that there are good or bad traits that your characters can earn over the course of the game. The characters will usually start with some good or bad traits, and then over the course of the game, they will gain more good or bad traits. You can remove some of the bad traits if you want, but it's pretty expensive. Anyway, let's get back to town. And both characters leveled up, so that's great.
Welcome home, such as it is.
Okay.
This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So after a dungeon is done, you have health and stress In the dungeon, you have health and stress that change. After the dungeon's done, your health is instantly back to 100%. And we left that dungeon with bleed and blight on us. Bleed and blight both are dots. They're damage over time that hurt you over time. That all goes away. Your health is back to full, and your damage over time things are gone. So you're pretty much ready to go, unless you have stress. Stress that you gain in dungeons does not go away automatically. And stress has a lot of strange implications as you play the game. If you get really stressed out, you can have a panic attack, you can have a heart attack, you can have all sorts of shit go wrong. There's a lot of bad things when you get a lot of stress. Thankfully, back in town here, you can spend money to relieve your stress. All right, so this is week 1. Every time you go on a quest, every time you go on a mission like that, it considers that another week has gone by. So we only have 2 people out of the 9 people that we can have at our camp so far. Let's see, what the caretaker gives us some golds. These are just missions that you have to do for, I guess, for completing the game. Let's see, successfully complete your first foray into the ruins, defeat the wizened hag, defeat the necromancer. These are, I want to say, bosses. The wizened hag, necromancer, the siren, these are all bosses. Swine prince, the brigand 8-pounder, the sodden crew, inchoate flesh, sonorous prophet, the hag, necromancer, alluring siren. There's a lot of these guys. Damn. I've never fought a boss in this game. I've never been that far. Roster goals. Rise in Abomination to resolve level 6. Arbalest resolve level 6. Resolve level 6. Cool. There's a lot of different characters that I've never used here, which is nice. I love having new characters. Alright. So the stagecoach is where we get new heroes. Let's see what's available.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Vestal, off guard, -4 speed on the first round. Ouch. And claustrophobia, severe fear of closed spaces. I wonder how that affects you. Is that worse in a room or is that worse in a hallway? It's probably worse in a room. I don't know. Mousing over it doesn't tell us anything about it. Fast healer, plus 10% heal skills while camping. Camping you only do on medium and larger dungeons. So we're not going to be camping anytime soon. So that bonus doesn't really help us. But this penalty kind of sucks. -4 speed means we can't heal on the first round. Okay. Okay, so this is a Seeker Vestal, and this type of character has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different skills, and she currently only has 4 active skills. Anytime you go on a dungeon quest or dungeon mission, whatever, you can only have 4 active skills. So you need to know which skills you want to have. You need to activate those skills, make sure they're unlocked and get ready to go on the mission. Camping skills, same idea. You can unlock more than what you currently have selected. And every time you get new characters from the stagecoach, they will come with certain things locked and certain things unlocked. And you have to pay money, which we only have 5,000. You have to pay money to unlock a lot of these skills. So why don't we go ahead and pick up both these characters.
A sister of battle.
I mean, they're free.
Pious and unrelenting.
They're free to unlock. And this is one of the many buildings in town. And then you can upgrade your town buildings with these busts, portraits, deeds, and crests. Let's see, what are the upgrades here at the Stagecoach? Stagecoach Network increases the number of recruits available for hire. The change will take effect after you return from your next quest. Okay. So you saw there when we came to the Stagecoach there were only 2 characters that we could hire. Well, if we click on this button, we'll spend 3 deeds and 3 crests to increase the number of characters available at the Stagecoach to 3. That'd be nice to get some more choices. What about the Hero Barracks? Increases the size of the hero roster. So currently we have a roster size of 9. That's actually pretty small. That's going to be pretty small because you need 4 characters on every mission. And if you only have 9 characters, you're not going to be able to do that many missions because you're going to get a ton of stress. And stress relief takes typically a week. It takes a week to do a mission into the dungeons, and it takes a week to do stress relief as well. So you kind of have like an on team and then an off team, and then an on team and then an off team. Or like team 1 and team 2, team 3, team 4. And then when you have team 1 out in the dungeons, teams 2, 3, and 4 are typically removing bad traits or getting stress relief done or, whatever. It takes a week to do most of those tasks. So having a larger roster, like 12, would allow us to have 3 dedicated teams. So we'll probably be upgrading that stuff. All right, what else do we have here? The Ancestors' Memoirs. View the Ancestors' Memoirs.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Oh, I will. What is this? The House of Ruin, the Old Road. Oh, these are the videos. Oh, okay. So that's the intro video. This is the Old Road, which we got once we started the game. Just more videos, I guess. Cool. Oh, that's nice. I think that's new. Well, it's new to me. I haven't seen it. Graveyard's
Most will end
empty.
up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Well, at least it's empty for now. What else do we have? The Survivalist over here. Complete more quests to unlock. Yeah, we can't do any of this shit for now, which sucks, because the Blacksmith would be perfect right now. Once your characters hit level 1, you can hit the Blacksmith and upgrade their armor and weapons right away. Just right away. Anyway, let's check out what skills we have here. Smite, Zealous Accusation, Stunning Blow, Bulwark of Faith. Battle Heal could be good for us. Holy Lance could be really good. Inspiring Cry? Maybe. It's like a free torch. And it does a little stress heal. Alright, camping skills I'm not going to worry about because we can't do that yet. Let's see, in town you'll only pray for stress relief. Okay. And prone to stealing items. Oh shit. Kleptomaniac. That sucks. Warrior of Light, more damage when the... Okay, so here's an example of having the torchlight high so that you get more damage from your Crusader. Yeah, that's important. And our Highwayman, let's see, he's a known cheat, so he can't gamble in town. And if he's in town, he also can't drink. Now, these are fine. These kind of quirks, these are negative quirks, but they're... Who cares? I would never remove this shit unless you literally have no place in town to get stress relief, then this doesn't matter. All this does is it limits the places where you can get stress relief. He also has a hard noggin, so more resistant to stun. +2 speed, quick reflexes, that's nice. And +15 damage. We just got this one in the first mission. Cool. Alright. And based on what skills you have active for your characters, the game will tell you where you should put them in the battle. So in that first dungeon there, we had him starting in the second position, and that's perfect because he can do every single one of his skills from the second position. And then when we got pushed out of position, he was moved to the front. And you can see here, this little dot here means that it's not very good in the front because he can't do this skill in the front. He can't do this skill in the front. And he can only do 2. So he can only do 2 of his 4 skills in the front. So it makes sense to keep him in the second or the third position where he can do all of his skills. All right, anyway, let's just go on another little quest. No, we don't have time, do we? Oh, wow, that was actually a long little session there. All right, why don't we call that there? Thanks for joining me here. I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to Darkest Dungeon. We'll be back next time, go on our actual first embarked mission. I'll see you then. Have a good day.